Oh boy, am I glad to be back with you again, guys. We did a short stream last night, was it? I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, we had a time where we were doing so well on this save in terms of the particular season that we're in. We were sitting pretty in second place in the league, which is probably higher than we would expect to be. And then we went through a period off stream where I just could not win a game. Unfortunately, when we came back on last night on stream, after an absolute tonking from Cheltenham Town, we began to start winning. And that is something that we needed so badly. We did have one disappointing result against Hereford, but four victories in the league, which have sort of brought us back into contention for the playoffs. A little bit fortunate in some respects, I suppose, because we could have really thrown away this entire season. If we look at the league table, we currently sit in ninth place, only 1 point behind seventh place, and a few more teams that are very much within our reach. We probably potentially would want to be aiming to finish third or fourth, but preferably third, because the higher up the league you finish, the easier your running becomes in the playoffs. We're going to get on today with the remaining 11 games that we have, whether we'll do all of them games today. We'll certainly aim to do 6, and then we'll see where we are after 6 games. If we're still feeling fresh as daisies, we'll push on and finish the season. If not, we'll save the last 4 games for another stream, maybe tomorrow, where we can try and piece together the whole of how the season's gone and this, that, and the other. Also leaving time for the playoffs. So let's start moving forward towards the next game. I hope you are well and enjoying the content that's been going out. I don't know if you follow my YouTube channel, but I have been releasing some of the streams that we've done, or at least little portions of the streams that we've been done on there. Just going through season 1 at the moment. Then we'll move on to season 2. And believe it or not, we'll move on to season 3 after that. And then you might actually see us get promoted. It took us 4 seasons to get promoted into the National League North. A little bit frustrating for me. I wanted to really, after 4 or 5 seasons, I wanted to be seeing us into the Football League. We're not going to know a single player by the time we get into the Premier League, if we get that far, obviously. So dependent on not getting sacked and things like that. So we'll see how we go with it anyway. Anything we need to sell you on the transfer front? There have been transfers made. No, I don't want my history, you muppet. What are you doing? You want transfer history? Good start on the tiredness front when you're making silly mistakes like that. So we lost a lot of key players. Some of them only to loan, admittedly, so it's not the end of the world. But Harvey Andrews was going at the end of last season, which we knew about. Gareth Jones on loan. Kenneth Murphy on loan. Jack Barrett was a good goalkeeper. We eventually took a price for him, 27,500. We wanted more than that, if I'm honest, but we didn't get it. But we had to we had 2 goalkeepers who were fighting for the same spot, and both of them are getting unhappy. So I had to try and alleviate the problem by making one of them non-existent to us. I wanted the other guy to go, but Jack Barrett was the one we were getting the offers for. So we have been stuck with Hall, and Barrett has stuck with us. But I am now in the process of looking at other goalkeepers. So Hall is still not safe. Utaka went out on loan. Bailey Hester again. We got another guy who we got some money for. Between the two of them, 50 grand, which is quite significant at this level that we're playing at. But at the same time, our finances are not particularly great. Then you got Tom Unwin out on loan, getting a bit frustrated with the lack of game time. And also Nathan Butler out on loan. On the ins, Mark McCarthy has obviously come in and absolutely shone for us. Look at that, an average of 7.23, 10 10 assists, 14 goals. It's not bad for a guy who's playing slightly out of position, to be honest. We've retrained him to a new position, inside forward on the left. He's doing a smashing job at it. So we'll all be happy with that. Thomas Brown has been playing every game virtually for us this season. 7.29 rating, absolutely superb. Player of the match. It says he's only got one goal here, so he must have scored some in the cup that it's not telling us about, because he scored at least 2 free kicks that I know about. Fred Heath is another goalkeeper who has played quite a few games, so Hall is not completely in the clear in terms of getting game time, but I wanted this guy to develop because of how tall he was more than anything. 6'6", giving him time to develop. Look at his aerial reach, 18, jumping reach, 17. So obviously we want him to become a very good keeper, and he's not a million miles away. First touch isn't great, passing's not great, but everything else looks reasonably good to me, and hopefully he will continue to develop as we give him more and more game time. Harlan Perry has come in on loan, played a lot of games, done reasonably well for us. And the brand new boy who we've just signed in from Crew Alexandra on loan is Charlie Dewar. He's actually listed by Crew as well, so he could well be one that we push to sign at the end of the season. He's got good pace for a centre-back. His acceleration, again, is good. Positioning's excellent. Off the ball, not quite as spiffing, but it is what it is, isn't it? But his aggression and bravery and anticipation are all very good for this level. At 6'2", with 14 heading and 14 jumping reach, that's not going to be too bad at this level. Marking and tackling are very good too. So, all in all, I would say that Charlie Dewar has made our defence look very strong. And I am quite excited about these last 10 games or so that we have. That this could be a good, strong finish to the season. We brought Charlie Dewar in because we needed something to change. And all the time we were looking for it, our form changed anyway. But hopefully, that having got this loan in now, I don't think we're going to loan any others. We did try and loan a striker or two, but it just couldn't quite get anything over the line. I think we're going to settle for what we've got now, and hopefully we can just do enough to at least get us in the playoffs and extend our season a little bit. It does baffle me we get this so late in the season. It says here, any potential loan targets will be shown in the scouting centre. So let's go in the scouting centre. Recommendations. So John Joe Cloverley. He's an 18-year-old forward who possesses great pace. That's something that we don't have, has to be said. Let's have a look at his stats. He's actually got good heading for somebody who's fast. 11 finishing as well. I've got a feeling, though, I've tried to loan him. We'll give him another go. What can we say? No wage contribution. Always a bonus. Exit talks. Let's go on to the list, see if there's any more. Callum Baker. Also another youngster from Crew, who also possesses great pace. But again, he's a striker. He's got 13 finishing, which is better than the other guy. Why don't we just try and loan them all? And at the end of the day, most of them will say no, and we'll move on. We'll not cry if they don't do it. The fact that we signed Dewar means that they might possibly want to come. 6'5" keeper with 15 aerial reach, 17 jumping reach. I mean, he doesn't look massively better than the ones that we've got, so I'm not going to try and sign him. He's just a free agent, as is he. In fact, all the others are free agents. Well, we've got a couple of loans in there. Let's see if anything comes of them. I think I've already tried to loan them, to be honest, and I think they rejected me. Who is Harry Clout? Good National League North player. So we've got 3 now that we're trying to get. All of them have been accepted from Crew. It's just a question now of if they would accept for us. So let's have a look. What do we want to do with this team today? We're against Alfreton. Did anyone take notice as to whether it was at home or not? I didn't. Opposition report. Oh, sorry about that. The dog and the cat deciding to have a bit of a scrap. The cat always wins, I might add. Right, so where were we? Alfreton. Today, 9th of March, competition. Venue is the Impact Arena. The Impact Arena. So, formation. Team analysis. No, what is it? Formation analysis. That's the one. Expected style. So they're a lower defensive line. So let's go to match. And just for this match only, I'm going to change just one instruction. Because if they're playing a low line, this is what I think works best with a low line. Pass 2 feet. And we'll leave it at that. Now let's look at the team that we've got put out. Is there anybody who we want to add back in there? I think Correa is playing much better than Ollie Haywood. Although he is catching up now, Ollie Haywood. So we'll put him back into the side. We've got this note read, and I'm blown if I can remember where he's appeared from. Duerden. Where are we going to put you? One player who's really falling out of my sort of like vision of how things are going at the moment is Zachary Akiri. He has had a shocking season. He was so good last season, but this season he's not really impressed me at all. And he's literally dropping out of my thoughts for the entire squad. And Shepherd is very quickly earning his place in the side as well. We'll put Mensah on instead of Onyeka. And Duet and Brown can go together for now. And I think that's what we'll leave it at. Pifa getting goal is picking up good number of games at the moment. So, first game of the stream. Let's hope that we can bring home the 3 points. It'd be good to sooner rather than later hit the playoff places. I'd like to think we can get back to where we were before that bad run of form, which was looking like we were nailed on for one of the top 3 slots in the whole league. As we wait for the pointless highlight to disappear. Thank you. Time is ticking on already. It will go a bit more positive. 20 minutes in, not a single highlight. First highlight of the game, Mensah. A long ball to McCarthy, who heads it straight into the hands of Dixon Hodge, the keeper. It's not the end of the highlight, though, so there could be something else afoot. Fuster, a missed header from Perry, has left us scrambling back, and we didn't scramble back enough. And A. Samuels has managed to find the back of the net. What a disappointing start. Demand more and very attacking. I mean, we're going to have to pick up after conceding that goal. That was pretty pants. Basically, they've just scored from a long punt from the goalkeeper. So Hall plays the ball to Big Tell. Gives it to McCarthy. McCarthy hangs on for Correa, who is a bit late making this run forward, if you ask me. I don't know where he's been. He gives it to Brown. A long ball. Mensah is at the far post. It's come out to Hall, whose volley was absolutely brilliant. Mensah, what's he going to do with it? It comes back to Hall again. That was a great volley by Hall. Bradbury, Correa. End of highlight. I mean, that would have been a superb goal if it had gone in. So Sandiford plays the ball to Samuels. The ball's come across the goal. We've managed to get it clear. Big Tell not putting any effort in as usual. So frustrating his work rate. He'd be a superb player if he had a bit more work rate involved. His goals have dried up recently as well, which is why I've even been looking for a striker. Bradbury plays it to McCarthy. McCarthy looks long for Shepherd. It's a bit too long. And here we go with the long punt forward. Will we fall for it again? Brown wins the header this time. Hall wins the header. Bradbury chests it down to Hall. And we've given it away again. And we've given it away twice. Come on. Keep hold of the damn ball. Heath makes a save, but it's very unconvincing, isn't it? Going back to balanced. We've tried to blast them out. Oh, crying out loud. Kennedy Diggy. What a name. But he's managed to head home the corner. We've got to sort these corners out. I keep saying it and never getting round to doing it. That must be 3 goals in that recent bad spell now that we've conceded to the near post corner. I honestly can't see how we're going to get back in this game at the moment. We are really poor. Oh my goodness. What was that? Berate the team. Absolute muppets. There's no way we are going to make the playoffs playing like this. McCarthy, you're disenchanted. Not as much as I am. Off you come. I mean, we're making these subs well before half time. I've got no one who I can swap this guy for. He doesn't deserve to be on the pitch. Is Hall on the bench for the goalkeeper? No. So making a sub before half time just to show my annoyance. Defenders are getting an absolute roast in here. And I think any of them who are in the game that we play next can count themselves very lucky. Big Tell picks up the ball now, second half. Onyeka been brought on to try and get us a little bit of forward momentum. And because McCarthy was looking disenchanted. And we don't want him looking sad. Big Tell has headed, hit the post. It won't go in at all. What have we got to do? We've hit the crossbar, now we've hit the post. We might as well just stay on very attacking. The game is gone. I've already accepted that. Big Tell is getting dropped. I mean, these stats that these guys have got are absolutely appalling. Good save, and then the ball is... I've noticed that ever since I moaned about rebounds, they seem to be coming back into the game. For some reason, that one didn't count, but I'm not sure why. Must have been offside. So, out of possession, team instructions, all instructions. High press, much higher, much more often. Tackling, make sure you hurt them. We are literally going for it now. Look at that, we're just not challenging for any ball. I'd take a yellow card at the moment just for somebody to put a damn tackle in. Samuel's over the bar. I'm beginning to cheer for them. I can't believe this is the first game of the stream, and I'm so despondent already. Correa takes a throw and gives it to Onyeka. There's no time to come back into the game, but now it's just about saving face. Perry, Mensah. Nearly snuck it in at the near post, but nearly is not enough. Just getting sick of these nearly goals, and then the other team go down and score every goal that they get the opportunity for. Perry, swing the ball in. Onyeka against the tallest guy on the pitch, minus the big lads that we've got, of course. Mensah swings in the ball. Onyeka again. This time he does win the header, but he can't get it under. Now, how was that offside? Don't talk nonsense. So, consider yourselves all dropped for the next match. Oh, here's number 4. Oh, well done, Heafy. Wasn't expecting that tackle. Mensah with a long ball forward. Feezy was stood in an offside position, so couldn't even go for it. Although he is a bit slow, so he'd have probably never have got there anyway. Brown manages to get his header to Bradbury. One thing we do a lot better these days. Perry now on the right. Gives it to Campbell. Campbell knocks it into space. Brings it across, and Onyeka somehow manages to kick it against the goalkeeper. Campbell. Duar. Plays it to Carrera. You are joking, he was offside. What a knob. What was he doing? I hope I've got enough players to swap you all out, because you have been shocking. Onyeka takes a shot, but there was never going to be anything. Can we finish the match, please? Let's go defensive in the hope that the match finishes quicker. That was a disgraceful performance. Not happy with that. What a start to the stream that was. Can't believe it. I was going to sarcastically applaud them then, but they might think that I'm happy with the way that they played. I mean, if we look at that now, we're down to 10th, 3 points off the playoffs. Every time we get within reach, we go and cock it up. Right. So, let's hope. Really, we should have rested the guys. So already one of the guys has rejected. Clout. Right, so we need to go to squad and rest the players, because not that any of them are going to be playing. They're all getting dropped. Two days. Don't think that we'll get any of the other two either. You'd think they'd want to come and play a few games with a side who potentially could get promoted. It's not like they're getting offers anywhere else. Whew, nearly played it then without. So you're all getting dropped. Especially the back line. Duerden and Brooms. I'll keep the midfield 2 because I am short of decent midfielders anyway. Akarakiri gets a job back. Put that on combined. Big Tell. We'll put McCarthy up front. And we want a decent... Who's our best? I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put Mensah on. And switch him in on Onyeka. Onyeka wasn't brilliant yesterday, but he did only get the first half. So, if you look at our morale, it's not looking great, but it was a lot worse at one point. It was absolutely abysmal, according to their things. But, oh, we nearly forgot one more. Bailey Hall can go in goal. So it wasn't the passing to feet that was the problem in the last match. It was the defending that was definitely the issue. We created enough chances, but we just conceded nearly every time we let them come forward. And I still haven't addressed the corner issues. Mensah picks up the ball outside the area. Brooms. Duerden plays it to Mensah. Hall. Back to Mensah, who runs out to the wing, crosses the ball in. McCarthy wins a header, 1-0. Great little bit of ingenuity there from Bright Mensah. Brilliant goal. And shuffling the pack around does seem to have had the desired effect. Hopefully Big Tell will realise that he's not guaranteed a starting place. Because I think that we're going to give McCarthy a couple of games now in this position. We want 30 goals again from Big Tell, but he's not been scoring goals at all. I think he's scored maybe 2 goals in the last 6 games at best. And he's not going to get to 30 if that's the way he's scoring. Akarakiri gives it to Hall. Bright Mensah. Clark Anderson sends Bright Mensah down the wing again. Can he swing in another delicious cross? He can. McCarthy will win that one and hit the post. This is definitely looking better from us. The question is, when our defence gets tested, how do we do? Completely changed the defensive line because they were so poor in the last game. I mean, literally, the whole 5, including the goalkeeper, have been changed. That's a sign of a good, strong squad, though. Mensah swings in another ball. Onyeka is lurking. But Esdale will pick up the ball, give it to Wilson, and they'll play it back out again. 4 gives it to Tower. They go all the way back. Bury are a good side. Going to be difficult to hold them off for the whole of the game. I think they've already knocked us out of a cup. And that's a good run. 1-1. The first opportunity to get this goal. Our defence is just shocking. Absolutely shocking. Look at that. 2-on-1 there. He had no idea which one to go and mark. The 1-1 at half time. No more highlights after that. We did go defensive, admittedly, so that probably dried up the highlights. But address the team with, that's a good first half, keep it up. Let's treat it like we're not the favourites here. Onyeka. I don't know why I'm commentating. It's a pointless highlight. Why? Why would you do it? Time is beginning to tick away now. Let's go attacking and see if we can catch them on the hop. Just got this feeling, and it's beginning to grow, that if we go higher pace, more direct, and bypass the press, I think we're going to get a goal. Hit early crosses as well. We probably should drop to balanced, just because we don't want to expose ourselves too much. Carrera plays it to Brooms. Bradbury gives away the ball. Oh, the real McCoy's on, so it's game over now. They've got the cheat code on there. There he is. Look at that. That flipping guy scores against me every time we play. He's never even on the pitch at the start. We're losing. We were winning. It's not on. The real McCoy. I am so signing that player. It's the only way I can stop him scoring against me. He'd probably score an own goal if I bought him. We are so bad. So bad. McCarthy wins the header that gets that ball away, but we've just hoofed the ball straight to their last man. What was the point of that? So we'll swap McCarthy onto the right wing. In fact, actually, just check we're on that. Onyeka can go there. Correa's looking tired, so we need to bring Haywood on for him. Bradbury's looking tired, so Note Reed can come on for him. 10 minutes to go. We're all out of attack, but I think we've lost another one. And this is slipping pretty badly again. Now, I came on with so much excitement about pushing ourselves up the league, and we're disappointed. And we could even get sacked because the remit was to make the playoffs, which is a top 7 finish, and we're not going to do it. We're not good enough. This part to Prem could be over in 5 seasons. And we got one league progression in the whole of those 5 seasons. I want to cry. I really do. We're so much better than that. We're now out of reach of the playoffs again. Well, we've managed to sign a striker. That should give Big Tell something to think about. Oh, so to be honest, just looking at those two players, Callum Baker's got 14 pace, 12 stamina, 15 acceleration, 13 finishing, and 11 heading. When we compare him with Coverley, who we now can't sign, he got one better heading at 5'10". How tall was the other guy? That was probably something. He's got one more acceleration, but he's got two less finishing, and he's younger, I think, as well. Yeah, so Callum Baker. Oh, they're both 5'10", so they're both pretty much generic height. Let's see if we can compare with Coverley at attributes. See whether we've stuffed ourselves up. No, I think he's better. I mean, there's very few there that he's worse at. So I'm quite happy that we've got the 19-year-old instead of the 18-year-old. Callum Baker, welcome to the club. We're going to try and utilise your pace to get us something of a better position in this league, as we probably need to consider our tactics now because of you being there. The attacking midfielder is not working. So I'm going to go to a 4-2-4, possibly even 4-4-2. Why won't it let me change him to a winger? Right. Do we want him as a deep lying forward? We probably want him as a channel forward, maybe. Should look at him really and see what he can play. Let me move it on because he's not even at the club yet. We need to rest players as well, I've just seen. So training, rest, 2 days. Squad. No, tactics. While we're here, we'll do the corners as well because that's been really stitching us up. I think defensively we looked a bit better this game. So Onyeka's not very proficient in that role. Is there somebody who's more proficient? Actually, I am going back to my original. We'll go to cautious mentality as well. Dua and Brown are my defenders. Has this new guy signed for us yet? Yeah, Baker. That was his name, wasn't it? So Perry can come back on. Baker for Akarakiri. What's Ollie Shenton like as that? He's not bad, actually. Onyeka needs to be on the bench, though, because he is one of our options. Who do we drop for Onyeka? Feasty, I suppose. A complete change of tactic because things are getting desperate out there. And what that does mean is that Big Tell and McCarthy are competing for the same position at the moment. So hopefully Baker can find us a couple of goals quickly, because our defence is that bad. We need to start scoring goals. Just out of interest, what positions can he play? So technically, if we dropped this guy to there out of possession and had him as a tracker, the idea is we get the ball up to McCarthy as quickly as possible, and he holds the ball up for Baker to run. We move him to there. These guys are going to be pressing wing backs so that the full backs can be the cover and they can be the attacker. And that's how we're going to go with that. Needs a number. 26. So Baker getting his first game. We're going to highlight him. Hi, Kobe. Hope you're well, my friend. Long time no see. Apologies if I missed your message immediately, but I was a little bit concentrating on preparing the team. So here we go against Morecambe. Not an easy game to be testing out your striker. Let's find him. So that's Mensah. That's Baker. So let's just watch how Baker settles into the team. We're going to give him a lot of running to do today. He's already tracked right back into the defence for this throw-in. A long ball. Take your time, Correa. There's loads of time there. He's giving it to Shenton. Goes on the overlapping run. Shenton tips over his own feet and just gives away the ball. What a clown. Nolan now, loads of space. Will cross the ball in. And he got a good shot away then, but I'm not sure who that was who made the tackle. But I'm very thankful for it. I mean, that was an unnecessary one to have to deal with. Shenton was rubbish. So, Morecambe are definitely having the better of the game. They are the better team. We've got to be mindful of that and not too judgmental. We're trying a newer formation out. We've got a new guy on the pitch. So, it is going to be a case of just taking what comes from this game, and then we'll move on from there. Glynn. Nash. Good tackle by Baker there. McCarthy couldn't win the ball back for us. So back come Morecambe again. I mean, that was all super well worked. And Hall was just an observer as that ball went just over the crossbar. If it had been on target, he'd have had no chance of getting anywhere near it. And that, to me, says that the keeper was in the wrong position there. So a throw-in for us, right on half-time. Perry gives it to Hall, back to Perry. Mensah swings in across. McCarthy's at the far post. Hits the keeper. If he'd have found the top corner or by the post, we'd have been leading at half time. Try and encourage them. They don't look like they're particularly interested in what I have to say, which is a bad sign. There's nobody desperately tired. Do we play a bit more positively in the second half? See if we can try and get ourselves forward a little bit more. I'm saying nothing about the kickoff. It was a pointless highlight anyway. It always is. I mean, they're not playing too well at the moment, dare I say it. We've got more players with higher ratings than them. Get it away. That was a close one from long range, hitting the crossbar. We do have a midget in goal. That is a bit of an issue with shots like that. In possession, let's see if we can play more direct. Need to try and get the ball forward. McCarthy is on a yellow card, so that's a sign that Big Tell wants to come on soon. McCarthy again. Baker is waiting to make that run behind the defence. The ball is long to Shenton. Shenton now. Baker's waiting in the middle, and McCarthy takes a shot. I think it's hit the post or the keeper. I'm not sure which. The ball swung back in again. Looking like it was going to fall on McCarthy's head, and then the highlight ended. How bizarre. Presumably he didn't score. So we'll make a change. Big Tell coming on for these yellow carded player, and Mensah can come off. We'll put Shenton on the right and Campbell on the left. Because we've done that, we need to switch them around on the outer possession as well, because we didn't have it on combined. There we go. Campbell's not necessarily a left winger either, but time is running out here. Defensively, we looked pretty good. Onyeka's going to have to come on for Campbell, who's just not cutting the mustard out there. I think I am going to push these guys forward, but at the same time, I'm going to push these guys back just to try and solidify it at the back. Maybe we can get some more direct passes and stretch their defence a little bit. It's looking like a boring 0-0 at the moment, but there's always that time for one more cock-up from us. I'm sure we've got it in us. Hall sends a long ball forward. Onyeka finds Baker. Was he onside? That is the question. No. Oh, man, that would have been so good if he'd have got a goal in his debut. I knew he was offside from the initial pass, but it was whether he'd got back onside when Onyeka played it to him. But I would say a draw against Morecambe deserves a round of applause because they are not an easy team. It's not going to help us in terms of the playoffs, but I think it has helped us to get out of that run of defeats that we were beginning to build up. So we're now 4 points off Blythe Spartans, who we never used to be able to catch when we were both in the previous division together. So let's look at who we've got to play next. Hitchin Town, Blythe Spartans, that is now a much more important game. Radcliffe, So Life Spartans are above us, but Radcliffe aren't. Spennymoor are above us. So some difficult games coming up still. And if we look, I should have checked with that really, but Morecambe are second now, and I think oh no, they have stayed there. They were second anyway, but we've managed to hold the team that are second. Kidderminster Harriers could well get promoted. I assume Kobe Gaming, you're still playing Farming Simulator. I still play it occasionally myself. I've just more recently really got into these two saves that I've got on the go with Football Manager. So it's taken a back seat just for a short time. It's a shame, really, because I had quite a good little series going on the new DLC map. Just gonna gently encourage. Um, oh, I can't. Presumably because he's not my player. I'm gonna guess. So what we'll do is we'll encourage the ones. Whoa, 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 whoa! We don't want to criticize. We want to praise, man. So we'll praise the guys who are training well. We're working at the moment on a tightrope with the morale. So if we can get these guys really up for it, then I think that they, it might sort of lift the whole team. And if we could start winning on a regular basis, then we'll soon see everything going back in the right direction. It is a case of managing the morale in these players. But McCarthy and Duerden, them guys, if they want to stay in the team, they need to book up their ideas. Do I just warn him? Training. No. Interaction. Warn. They're not a million miles off where I want them to be as a bare minimum. I think anything below 6, you really ought to be shouting at them and demanding that they get better. So we've lost Brooms to international and Big. Oh, you are. Who has gone and called up Big Tell to international? What are they trying to do to me? Duerden, you go in place of him. And Feezy is going to have to come in for them. Who's he been called up for? Montserrat. How on earth have they found him? Who told you? Who let the secret out that we had? I wouldn't even know what they were called. Montserrat. Oh, I don't know. Who told them that we had a good player? Look at that, 6'8", 16 balance, 16 jumping reach. He is a really good player. Set 4 is work rate, which has gone up to 6, which is an increase. It was 5 before. I mean, I don't understand why his work rate's 5. He gets really good training scores every single week. So here we go with Hitchin. This is one game which I really think we need to win. No pressure, guys. We've got to try, because we have that on ultra wide. Let's go for standard and see if that makes a difference at all. Ollie Shenton gives it to Bradbury. McCarthy. Bradbury sends the ball for McCarthy. He's in a good position here to play the ball across. And Callum Baker does get his first goal for the club. McCarthy is the maker. And woohoo, that is what we've been looking for. That little bit of pace in the side. Ironically, McCarthy's run was fast enough to get us into a good position there. And he swung in with his left foot, and Baker finishes with his left foot. Was only a tap-in, admittedly, but he'd got himself ahead of the defenders, and that's a good start for the youngster. Hitchin now, looking to come straight back at us, passing the ball around well. Blackie gives it to Lawrence, back to Blackie. He goes all the way back to Whelan, who sends in a long ball. Brown deals with well, but Lynch now picks it up. Fox, back to Lynch. Clark gives it to Fox and Marley, and that's a lovely 1-2. 1-1. Didn't take him long to pass us off the park. I mean, they're coming through the middle, so I'm actually going to even go narrower with that. And I think we need to press a little bit more out of possession, don't we? So, but much more and get stuck in. Be a bit aggressive. Which might be a mistake with a low block on. We're likely to give away a penalty. So right before half-time, Hitchin looked like they have one more chance before the half. Marley, Lawrence, look at this, we're just letting them pass it around us. Put the damn tackles in, you clowns. We are losing. Very attacking. I can't believe we're losing. This is a match we needed to win. They've had 70% of the possession. And we're playing a possession-based tactic. We're going to have to put a stop to that. Out of possession, we want him pressing. And Bradbury, just a bog standard defensive midfielder. A deep line playmaker and a box-to-box this is going to be. Not even speaking to him at half-time. Absolutely fuming that we were winning and now we're losing. Got to try and get a foot on the ball a little bit as well. We're not going to score if they've always got the ball. They are passing us off the park. Right, if you don't start putting tackles in, I'm going to get really cross. Look at that. Just let him hit it. Demand more. These guys are going to give me another heart attack the way they're playing. Look at this. We're not getting any chances at all. Ollie Shenton is rubbish at that. That's got to be said. Duar's on a yellow card, so he can come off. And no, Reed can come on for Bradbury. Taking one of my best players off because none of them are doing anything like what they should be. Time is running out and we're not getting anything. Literally going to watch a whole half of no chances when we needed something out of the game. Oh boy, this is getting worse and worse. Not even speaking to him. I think we're going to end up getting sacked here. I literally think we will. So, I'm actually ruling out the playoffs now. I think we just play to the end of the season and get this over and done with. We're 9 points off the playoffs. How have we done that in 3 games? So we've made everything as aggressive as possible. Really, just to try and get ourselves in control of this game. We are in big trouble here. And I think I could well get sacked. It was good to see Callum get on the score sheet, though. That is the only thing that I can say that is good from this. So Big Selmut was having a good time away from home. Managed to win for Montserrat. Looks like we're headed into the power struggle with Akarakiri now. He's been so poor. I don't understand why he thinks he can demand. Should be dropping these guys back to be a bit more defensive. Broom's a big teller still away. Heath comes in for Hall. Dropped again. Actually, I think I'm going to give Campbell a run on the left. So Bright Mensa keeps improving, even though he doesn't have a very big star rating. And I think in truth, he's performed reasonably well, considering his lack of star rating as well. I don't know if his star ratings are just so off the wall, or my assessments are not very good from my scouts and my coaches. Maybe that's what it is. I think we'll lose Campbell soon because he keeps getting offers. And the same happened to Porter last season. And just at the important moments, somebody signed him. I've just put him in left back, so there's every chance that he will go. Flipping heck, I've been trying to get rid of him for ages. Finally, somebody comes in for him. Well, he's stuck with me for now. He's not gone to Bridlington. And finally, Luca Davis is off the books for a bit. So I think we're okay now. I think we don't lose any more people after this window is closed. But with not many games left, 7 games left. I think this could be the first really disappointing season in terms of league positions. Just hope that it's not a final, because we're going to fail in getting to where... Oh, Big Tell's back. So we'll get him on the bench instead of Feezy. Brooms. Don't mean to click on you. You can go onto the bench in place of... Who do we put him in? In place of Shenton, because he's not getting on the pitch today. He's been rubbish the last couple of times he's played. Don't be too hurt, Ollie. So this is our first game in which I'm just saying that we're just playing for the best position possible now. We're not playing for the playoffs anymore. I've given up on them. Live Spartans are a very good side, and hopefully we can spring a surprise, but I'm no longer expecting anything out of us. "12 minutes in, we get our first proper highlight. It starts at the back with Live Spartans. I've tried to create a team where they don't keep passing through us, and that was a good start. Onyeka making the interception. Swings in across. McCarthy is at the back post and hits the crossbar. At least it's a chance created from winning the ball back. In the last game, we just let them pass through us time and time and time again. Dewar is the one who makes the interception this time, which was good to see. Comes back to him now, and he sends the ball over for Campbell, who wins the header, heads it back to Bradbury, who gives it to Campbell, who slots it home. Hayden Campbell hasn't been in the side for quite a long time, but I'm appreciating that finish that he's just done there. Him and Bradbury, between them, working really well together. He won the header back to Bradbury, who gave it back to him in space. First time shot, beats Watson, the goalkeeper, and 1-0. Not getting excited. We've been 1-0 against a lot of teams lately and lost every single one of them. So we're not going to celebrate too soon the victory. It's nice to have a goal, though. That's something that we can celebrate. So Hall plays the ball to Bradbury, who flicks it out to Perry, just about keeps it in. Gets the ball across, but it's cleared away. Civvy wins the header, and Dobby will charge forward. Ewens gives it to Deddy. Do all of their names end with Eddie? That's half-time, so I was beginning to think that this was going to be a build-up to the last chance and a half. Fortunately, there was no chance. Just try and encourage the guys. They've not really, what's the word? They've not really shone, but they're doing better than they have been. I think I'm going to try Big Tell for the second half, but in place of Onyeka, who's been a bit quiet, in my opinion. Baker is having a bit of a struggle as well, to be fair. But what I might do is... What have we done? Let's get both on so I can see what I've just done. So McCarthy and Big Tell. So McCarthy's not going to like that position very much. But Mensah's there waiting to come on if we need to. And he can come on for McCarthy or Baker, depending on how we feel. Baker's had a pretty poor game so far today. Let's hope that playing alongside a different striker will give him the confidence to push forward a little bit more. So at the moment, time is ticking away, which is not our problem while we're 1-0 up. A highlight with a free kick, which Tomo will take from the right. He swings it in. McCarthy wins the header. Over the bar. Was that a short highlight? Yes, it was. So I think that we've seen enough from Baker today to see that today's not going to be his day. So Mensah can come on. Do we play Mensah as a channel forward? Or McCarthy? Let's go for McCarthy as a channel forward. What's Big Tell like as that? No, we'll go Big Tell as a target man. And McCarthy as a channel forward. The last few minutes now. I'm going to go defensive. And Correa even. I keep calling him Carrera. It's Correa. On a yellow card, but we'll take the throw. Campbell will give it back to him. He swings across him. Mensah is at the far post. Heads it back in. And McCarthy has found the goal, which secures us the win. I don't think there's any chance it can be offside. So I think we've managed to secure a win against a team who are much better than us, in truth. And we can't believe again, surely. We can't believe again. We've already blown the playoffs as far as I'm concerned. This is just a good result on insignificant running. I refuse to start believing again. Nice work, everyone. It's a good win, that. Shows that we're not actually out of the form to the point where we should be losing our job. I think if we kept losing all the way to the end of the season, I think I would be considering my position. Never mind whether the board would be. We're definitely going to have a good look at our team over the course of the close season to see whether we can improve in any way, shape, or form. Well, that's a good notice to see at the top there. The board are about to request a meeting about a new contract. I mean, out of these players here, how many do we actually want to sign? I mean, Onyeka's been an exceptional servant, but I just wonder if his time's come and it's time to move on to a better player. I think what I'll do is I'll hang on with these and maybe do them towards the end of the stream or at the end of the season. Probably at the end of the season off stream. Just negotiating contracts is a bit boring. Hopefully we won't lose anyone. So let's get to this meeting. We would love to gauge your opinion on whether discussing a new contract will be well received at this time. I'd love it. It'd be a show of unity and stability. Great. That's it. That was a short meeting. Couldn't come at a better time when we need morale to go up. So Blythe are ruin the missed chance that they had there. It has to be said. Spennymoor, they're going to be a bit of a nightmare to play. I think it's Radcliffe first and then Spennymoor. Here comes the contract offer. Show me the money. 85,000 wage budget. We would like to offer you 370. I would like an extra year, to be honest. See if he'll give me a contract extension after promotion. Perfect. So potentially we've got a 2-year contract there. It would still mean that they could sack me at any time. Look at this. Correa likes me. Wonder what my badges are because I can't remember whether I started on full badges or not. Career badges. current level, yeah, I'm Continental Pro. So, to be honest, they should want me to stay. I've had some good job offers during the course of this save, but they've never really happened while I've been on stream. Although I did get a couple. One was from Crystal Palace and the other one from Charlton. And I thought, whoa, that was an impressive job offer until I realised it was the women's team, not the men's. So we've actually dropped down a position despite winning. Unbelievable. Have we had our youth intake? Usually comes at the end of March. Ah, missed that. So we've got a couple of good ones. Look at that. You know what? I don't think I'm even going to sign him. 11 pace, 7 finishing. He looks a possibly reasonable one. He's only 5'8". I think we just go for the youth contract with him and finalise deal. A midfielder with no, so he's a no-go. I don't think any of these are going to be any good, are they? Am I really only going to sign one player out of a whole youth intake? I think I am. He should be called Freewheeler, not Lee Wheeler. So none of these guys are coming. Simple as that. So we're signing one of our youth intake. That is bad news. I think we need to start thinking about, oh, look at this. Archie Dewden. He's probably getting a bit fed up of not playing, if I'm honest. You say that you love me all of the time and that you need me. You'll always be, and I feel it. Glad all over, yes, I'm glad all over when I feel it. Glad all over because you're mine. So we'll give Big Tell a start today. He's had a few games out. Admittedly, some of them he's been playing internationally. And I'm going to give Dewden a start ahead of Duar. I imagine Brooms will be getting fed up soon as well because although he's been playing international matches, I think they're pretty brutal at getting fed up of not being picked. So, Radcliffe, we need to win this match, which means we'll lose it. Putting this highlight out of the way, let's get into the game. Two teams playing the same tactic here. So Perry takes a throw, and we're passing it around in a very tight area. I think that was Big Tell who lost the ball. Oh, clicked on the wrong guy there, but they've gone and stuck it in, while I've been worried about getting Baker on the highlight. We're 1-0 down. This is not a good start at all, is it? So I knew that having won a good game, we were going to come against a team that we maybe should be beating. And oh, I don't know what to say about this team at the moment. They're just so inconsistent. I think there's an overhaul coming at the end of the season. Bradbury, Hall. Come on, Hall, what was that? I'll go flipping score against you in a minute. That's how bad you are. Consider yourself hooked. Idiot. Just realised the actual goal didn't count, but that's not the point. Yet another highlight. Seems to be going the way of Radcliffe. Powell on the wing. Swings in across. Perry sort of deals with it, but this means the ball's coming straight back in. With Hill. Offside ref. Powell with free header. What are they doing? I just don't understand. They're such a good defence earlier in the season, and now they can't do anything. I mean, who is this now? Oh, it's Correa. A little less angry that it's him, because it should be a centre-back. We try and play with full-backs as opposed to wing-backs. See if that makes us a little bit more secure at the back. Perry gives it to Mensah. Mensah just lets them take the ball off him again. What is the point? Oh my goodness. This is so bad. I'm going to try defensive. and see whether that changes something. Literally don't know what to do with this team. They've just beaten Blythe Spartans, and now they're losing to Radcliffe. Just cannot get a grip of what's going on with them. It's got to be said that this tactic is not working at 4-4-2. McCarthy to swing in a corner with the game gone. Not getting too excited. I'm just looking forward to the end of the season now. This has been a disgraceful performance yet again. Akarikiri is about to find my wrath if he doesn't stop complaining. Right. Let's why wait till the end of the season? Let's get rid of you. If you're gonna moan, you can clear off. He's been a fantastic servant for me. I'll give him a round of applause for that. In fact, if we look at him, I think I've just killed his stats by doing that. Probably should have looked at him before we got rid of him. But such is the annoyance in it. He's made 146 appearances and scored 26 goals. That's not too bad for sort of like midfielder, defensive midfielder, attacking midfielder. That's the sort of positions he's played. He's even played right back a few times for us. I'm disappointed that he's gone. Don't get me wrong, but all that game time that I've given him, and then in the one season where he goes out for a little bit, he starts complaining. I'm not interested in it anymore. We're falling out with these players because they're just entitled brats who think they've got a right to be in the first team. And I'm not standing for it when we're losing games because of the way they're playing. So let's go and have a look at the players who are out of contract. There's not many of them going to be getting a contract, I can promise you. So if we go to contract, expires at the shortest possible time. So all of these who are non-contracts, I'm going to release at the end of the season. It may be a brave choice, but it's what I'm going to do. Obviously, we've got these guys who are not. I'm going to offer a new contract to Correa. See if he'll take squad player. He will. Good. So he wants that, but I'm going to suggest we add a clause of optional contract extension from the club and suggest try 250 and suggest you're not understanding what this thing about negotiations here. 300. I'm not really happy with that, to be honest, but got to make sure we got some players. Archie Shepherd, who wants you? I never realised you were so tall, man. 6'4", but head in a 5. Think I'm going to let you go. Ollie Shenton's definitely going. Bailey Hall is definitely going. Archie Duerden is going. Onyeka is going. It's sad because he has been superb for me. If we look at his career, this is just obviously since the game started. 36 goals, and he's not been like a frontline striker. So you can't argue with the contribution that he's made. He scored some important goals as well, and they're just league goals, might I add, because it doesn't count in the cup goals. I've never understood with Football Manager why it doesn't, but it robs players of a lot of goals that they score. Ethan Brooms is okay, so he's not. He's got another year left on his. This guy here, I have no idea where I had him from. Apparently, I had him from Whitby last season, but he's only made 6 appearances for me. He can go too. So, out of all of them, we've managed to keep. We've decided to keep one. That is a lot of players that we're going to have to replace next season. But I think that we can greatly improve the quality of our squad by not being so sentimental. I think one of the problems we've had over the course of these last few seasons is we're being too sentimental with players who have started. Onyeka, Shenton, Campbell, all players who were here at the very start. Unfortunately, you're coming to the end of your road with me because I've decided that it's time to move this team on. We've got to start looking like we are a National League team, not a Northern Premier League team or whatever it was called. I mean, they've been superb for me, and I couldn't think any more highly of them than I do. But I think it's time for us to improve our team. Ollie Haywood again is another one that will go. He's been here from the start. Is that all of the guys who have been here from the start? Clark Anderson, Shenton. I mean, Big Tell at the moment is beginning to lose my affection with his lack of goals. Baker's not been too great. I'm going to give Onyeka a chance as an actual striker. See how he copes with that. And McCarthy could have a go on the right wing. Let's see what we can do. This is a game that I'm not expecting us to do very well in. I think there's been a bit of a flat feel to this stream for me. I think the game is sort of, because we're not going to get into the playoffs and that, I think the game has really sort of let me sort of, I don't know, express my disappointment, or I don't know what I'm feeling at the moment. I just feel like the team need to completely grow up of beyond what we've been achieving. I think we've got some superb players in there. I really like Brown. And obviously I really like Big Tell, but maybe I should have sold him when I had the chance. He's still got 24 goals for me this season. I think what I'm going to do at the end of this stream is go and work on another tactic that's going to work with Big Tell. He's not working as a front two, so in fact I may even consider going back to my original tactic. Might as well play out the bad form that we were having with the tactic that was working at one stage. Look at that. That must be offside. Must be offside. I don't know if I ever saved that tactic. Oh, I did. So, load. Four, 2, 3, 1, Marine. Oh, can we go with that? Back to square one with that tactic. See whether we can get ourselves a goal, a win, anything. Something that will give us something to sing about. Big Tell plays the ball to Hall. Hall bringing it forward. Nobody's coming to him, so he charges through and somehow misses. Onyeka didn't get long as the first choice striker, did he? Oh no, he's missed a tackle there. Good save. It's not very often we've been able to say that lately for our goalkeepers. I mean, they are in complete control of this game. I didn't realise how in control they were. We knew it was going to be a hard game. Oh. Let's go defensive. See if we can get into the game a little bit more. I mean, that was superb movement from Lucas, and he was a little bit unlucky there. And we got away with one, I would say. The defence needs to wake up. Carter sends the ball in. Lucas is completely unmarked. Easy finish. Try and encourage them. I don't know what else to do. I've shouted at them. I've moaned at them. I just don't seem to be able to change the direction of the disastrous season that we're having all of a sudden. Right, I've told them to play without pressure and attack. Attack, attack, attack. That's all we can do. Is go for it now. So Perry wins the header, gives it to McCarthy. Big Tell in the middle. He's skinned his man. He's done well there, and that is a great goal from Big Tell. 1-1. We have got ourselves back in this game. I mean, with him being so far from goal, I wasn't expecting him to do this. But they allowed him to get through, and he slots it home. I think that's his 25th goal of the season. I mean, he'd have to go some to get 30 for the season now. But that was his target again. I mean, 25's not bad when you're coming up a division. Brown with a free kick. He chips it in. Unfortunately, it's not fallen to one of our players. Perry. Perry still going. Pulls it back to McCarthy, and wow, we have turned this around in an instant here. Let's get back on defensive. My goodness, where has this come from? I'm looking at the players who are tired now, and I'm like, do I make a change? Everything's going so well. So Correa is on a booking, so we'll swap him for Brooms. And I might even try Brown out on the left. Bradbury is tired, so we'll bring Note Reed, forgot what his name was for a second, on. And that is a couple of changes just to try and freshen it up at the back. So give it to the big guy. He's unmarked. No, he's gone long. And back they come. This is a goal. Every day of the week. Promise you it's a goal. There we go. No flag from the whatever his name is, assistant referee. I'm berating him, and we're going attacking. Just let him run through. They've got no idea what that striker was doing then. We've lost it. I cannot believe we're just letting this guy rip us apart. We've gone from losing a game to winning a game to losing it again. That's absolutely ridiculous. Why is Bradbury on the pitch? I took him off. Well, Hall has... who the hell has Note Reed come on for? Well, I don't even know why Ty Hall is out on the left wing. What is going on with this team? Should have McCarthy on the left. I don't know what's going on here. The players who I've taken off have not come off. Because according to that, Bradbury's still on the pitch. Unless they've got a Bradbury as well. No. Oh, I don't know. There's some glitch going on there somewhere. So, it was a difficult game, a 3-3 draw. I think we could say we probably didn't deserve, but At the same time, we had a good lead with 10 minutes to go, and somehow we managed to cock it up. So I think I'm going to end the stream there, specifically for one reason. I want to try and work on a tactic for next season, and not going to do it on stream or tonight because I am pretty tired and I don't think I can sort of plan it all out. So we're going to see the end of the tactic that we've put in. It's a shame, really, because it's done us proud for a long time. But if we look at the team that we got, Big Tell actually has only got 24 goals. I thought he had 25, but I swear he had. He has got a couple of international goals as well now, though. For him, 17 from McCarthy. And then that's where we're lacking. After them, there's not many goals this season. That's been an issue. I'm going to have to try and find a way to get a third goal scorer on the pitch because we've not got that this season. You want at least 3 people getting 10 plus and 2 of them in the 20s, I would say. Maybe even 1 in the 30s. So we're a little bit short of that, but I'm happy with Big Tell and McCarthy, why won't it let me look it? Big Tell. I'm happy with the performances that they're putting in, the growth that I'm seeing from them. And Mensa is also looking good and constantly improving, and he's wanted by bigger teams most of the time, which is something that's good. Bradbury is wanted by a bigger team, as is Ollie Shenton, actually. I think they're bigger. I might be wrong there. Seeing who these guys are wanted for. So Bailey Hall is wanted by Stockport County and Salford City, and I'm about to get rid of him because I don't like him. Interesting. I mean, look at the teams that want Big Tell. If they'd offered me 500,000 for him, I'd snap their arms off. He's been a superb player for me, but I'm beginning to think that maybe he does have a limit, and maybe this league is it. His pace is only 9. He's got good stamina, good balance, and jumping reach and acceleration. And we've got to find a way of utilising these players within a tactic of some sort. So I'm going to go away and think about that. If we look at our position in the league, I think we can safely say now that we're not going to the playoffs. We sit in 11th place, some 9 points off the playoffs, and only 4 games left. So we're not going to make the playoffs this season, which is a real disappointment when we saw where we were. If we look at the first half of the stage, I don't understand that. That can't be right. What was the media prediction for us? 8th. So we're actually going to be below media prediction. That's not good. It's amazing I've still got a job. We're going to fail on what we wanted to achieve this season. I mean, quietly, I wanted to get promoted. but that's not going to happen. So we've got 4 games left, which we will do at the next stream. Well, the next stream's going to be finish off those 4 games, say goodbye to all those players, and we'll have given 4 games in a good testing of a new tactic. That is the plan. Whether the tactic will work in those 4 games, I probably need longer, but we'll give it a good go. And then we'll obviously start building a team for the next season live on stream. That will probably be tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you all there. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.